it going. If you're watching this today on August 15th, it's my 35th birthday, and yes, thank you. Thank you very much, appreciate that. But today felt like the perfect day to officially announce something that I've been working on for the better part of 7 years now. As you're probably guessing, this new space here is going to be my new studio, and Jesse and Josh and Brandon and a bunch of other friends of mine will be coming here as well. But it's also going to be so much more than just that. And in order to give you a full background of what I mean by that, we need to go get some context. So let's go for a ride. Whew. If you don't know who I am, my name's Christoph, and I'm a filmmaker and content creator, and I live here in the city of Hamilton, which is not far from Toronto in Canada. If you're from here, you might have seen my work. I've done some commercials for the city of Hamilton, such as The Ambitious City and The Secret's Out, which have been really well received here, and I'm proud to be part of a growing group of talented creatives in the city. It's always had a great arts and music scene, there's no question, but I've watched it grow and evolve so much since I got my start here in 2011 in this building right here. So that top corner unit up there, that was my first studio that I opened up back in 2011. And I'd been doing film and photography stuff for about 10 years, but nothing had really taken off for me yet. At the time, there weren't a lot of co-working spaces in the area yet, but I knew I needed to have a place where I could flex my creative muscles, meet up with people, and collaborate with other creators. And there just wasn't anything like that at the time, so I had to get my own space and turn it into what I needed it to be. So I got this space, and from that point onward, things just kind of started to fall into place. I was really hoping Lulu's would be open today. That's a bummer. As my career evolved, I quickly outgrew that space and I moved studios a few more times, and the city started to change a lot too. But one thing that's never really gone away is this collaborative spirit here. There are a few great co-working spaces that have popped up since 2011, but there still isn't really anything that caters specifically to people who do what I do, filmmakers. I actually dubbed that whole section in because in reality, I'm completely out of breath. Oh, hey. What do you think? Do you think we've outgrown this studio? No, it's fine. Having storage and shooting space all together is excellent. That's why you wear a helmet. So yeah, my dream for the past 7 years or so was to create a hub for filmmakers and creatives in this city. And when we came across this building last summer, I knew it was the perfect place to make this dream finally come true. So let's go inside and I'll show you how it's all going to work. Now, in order for this to work harmoniously, we need to appeal to people across the spectrum of the film industry. So that means people who are just getting started out, all the way up to the larger productions that are shooting movies and TV shows and commercials and things like that. And this space here is how we hope to appeal to those larger players. So this will become a 4,000 square foot soundstage that'll be completely sealed in and soundproofed with a drop ceiling that's insulated. And it also has a garage access, so you can bring your vans right in and unload your gear right in the studio. These three windows here will be able to be blacked out, but these windows here, obviously we want to capitalize on the amazing natural light that's coming in, so we've got a plan for that corner of the building, and we'll talk about that in a moment. So we were just standing here in the studio area, now we're on the other side of these columns in what will become the co-working space. And for the most part, this will look like co-working spaces that you've probably seen before. We'll have hot desks and offices along the perimeter, and where I'm standing will be a shared kitchen when that's a thing again. But what will make it different from other co-working spaces is that we have amenities that appeal to filmmakers and other creatives. So things like edit suites or sound recording booths or a small studio for interviews and things like that. Those are the kinds of things that you'll find in this co-working space. This will work like most co-working spaces in that you'll have a membership that gives you access to certain amenities for a certain amount of time each month. But the thing that I'm excited about is the idea of having a bunch of like-minded people all working under the same roof. And I think this is going to foster collaboration that might not have existed in the city up until now. Next, now this part of the building is a little dark and gloomy right now just because these windows are all boarded up back here. But eventually this will become another studio with 18-foot ceilings and about 2,500 square feet. And with the 4 big windows letting in natural light here, the studio will appeal more to photographers and YouTubers and people who like working with natural light in a studio environment. And then back here we have another garage entrance there, so a lot of the real estate over here and on the other side of that brick wall will be dedicated to secure equipment lockup. So if you have a hot desk in the shared area or an office here, you can lock it up safely and securely and close to an exit. So you can just back your vehicle right in and load it right into your storage locker right there and not have to cart it through the whole building. Like, there's just so much to this building that I couldn't possibly go into detail about all of it, but there's an incredibly rich and fascinating history that involves Nikola Tesla. There's these tunnels over here that are unlike anything I've ever seen. There's this cellar area that looks like it could be a crypt in Europe. There's just so many possibilities of like what we'll be able to do with this building. I will be making future videos where I go into more depth about those things. But there is one more thing I want to talk about in this video, and to me it's kind of the most important aspect of this building, and that's what we're going to be doing with this area here with these windows. So this idea stemmed from the notion that it would be a real shame to close off all these windows for the sake of having a dark studio. So rather than do that, we figured we would put a wall up on the other side. A wall up? We would put a wall up on the other side of that door that closes the studio off from the windows while maintaining a space on the other side. And that whole area will become a public space. So in that far corner, we're going to put a small restaurant / coffee shop that services the building, but also the surrounding area. And then on the other side of the coffee shop for the rest of this area will be public space that anyone can use. So even if you don't have a space in the co-working area or a hot desk and that's not something that's in your budget, you can still walk through that door, grab a coffee if you want to, and then just hang out and do work in this public area. As far as I know, in Hamilton and anywhere really, there isn't a place like this where anyone has the freedom to kind of walk in and see what's going on. And I think there will be some things to work out with how that functions, but for the most part, I think everyone is going to benefit from this. I think, you know, people in the industry are going to benefit from having talent walking through that door that they can potentially collaborate with. And then obviously people who are newer to the industry are going to benefit from being able to rub shoulders with people who are actually doing stuff here. So to me, this is the most exciting thing. I'm obviously really excited to have a studio that is kind of functioning the way that I've always needed it to and never been able to do, and all of the other benefits of this building. But the idea of creating a space where everyone feels welcome to walk through the door is, I think, what really separates this from other things that exist. So I hope it works out. Yeah. There's probably so much more that I wish I could say, but that'll just have to come in a future video. If this is something that you think is cool, I would love it if you shared this video with your networks or with people who you think might be interested in something like this. And on that note, if this is something that you're interested in, whether you want to have space here or you're interested in the studio space, or we're still looking for potential investors and brands to collaborate with, definitely hit me up. I'll put a link in the description below to our website and email so you can get in touch with me directly about this project. And I guess on that note, I should mention what this is called. The Evil Empire. That's kind of what we're calling it. It started off as a joke, but then it was actually available when we went to register the corporation, so we're just gonna stick with that. Anyways, definitely if you're interested in hearing more about this project, I'll be doing a series of videos throughout the course of the renovations, and I'll be doing a few videos along the way talking about the history and kind of like following the progress of the construction. So subscribe if you haven't already and you're interested in following along on this journey. Do the thumbs up thing if you thought this is cool. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching and sharing this video. It means so much to me, and I'm really excited to be embarking on this journey, and also pretty petrified. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video.